This is gonna be difficult. I not only have a mucousy throat, but we're talking about Disney. Alright, Stacie, here you go. If you could experience a scene in any Disney movie, what would it be? Well, I just saw Frozen for the 3rd time, so I think the scene where Elsa builds the castle, I think that'd be really, really interesting. The scene from Up, when the house is in the air, floating by all the balloons. The scene from Dinosaur, if you remember Disney's Dinosaur, where the pterodactyl's flying over the waterfall. The light scenes in Tangled would be really cool. Actually, you can go see that. That's actually a real cultural event. There's actually a Steven Spielberg animated movie that came out for Disney right around the time of Toy Story, and it was called Balto, when they escape the ice cavern, or he fights off the enemy dog in the movie, or the scene where they fight the bear. I think that would be really cool to experience. Flying on the eagle from the Rescuers Down Under, floating around above the ocean on a giant peach, singing about family. The bird scene in Bug's Life, being in space in WALL-E, the scene with all the doors in Monsters Incorporated, or the time when they're making the kids laugh when they visit their bedrooms instead of making them scared. There are too many to choose from. What was an unforgettable experience / moment you had at the parks? I watched all the movies, but I never actually went until actually in 2011. And the fireworks was so incredible, and they had a giant kind of Sleeping Beauty, Little Mermaid-esque show there, and they had a fog screen, and then they had the giant dragon and Mickey stabbed it and everything, so that was really, really cool. Plus I did a pound explosion with a guy dressed as Mickey, so I did not see that coming. What non-Disney song reminds you or brings back memories of Disney and or the parks? Let's find out, shall we? The few that I can think of now are Life is a Highway, which is actually from Cars, but I knew the song before it was put on Cars, and the Rascal Flatts did their version. In Recess School's Out, there's a scene where they're all singing John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt in the treehouse, and I want to kind of be in that moment, because that was another great song that brings back that memory. And then Nobody But Me by the Human Beings is actually the song playing in the scene where they're all fighting the bad guys in Evil Guy's lair with the giant tractor beam. That song always brings back memories for me. And then Jurassic Park medley from the movie Jurassic Park reminds me of dinosaurs. Bobby Darin's La Mer, Beyond the Sea, reminds me of Finding Nemo. If you could choose any of the characters to be your best friend, what would you choose? I don't know. It's hard. Flick from Bug's Life, maybe, because he's into the idea of the pretend this is a seed and it becomes a tree. That's a good leadership image that I like. The centipede or the grasshopper from James and the Giant Peach would be hilarious. Aladar or Zinni from Dinosaur. Frozen, it could be Anna because she's more of like goofy, but at the same time recognize that I'm more reserved and quiet, so Elsa would be a good choice for that. Brewster is his name from Oliver and Company, or Dodger would be pretty good. Thomas O'Malley from The Aristocats would be pretty hilarious. I feel like I'd be friends with Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. too, because I kind of look a lot like him. He's got a good sense of humor too. Jiminy Cricket would make a good best friend too. Who are your favorite Disney princesses? Let's go with Belle. Rapunzel, I watched Tangled, and like the amount of interest that Rapunzel has because she's never been outside her tower is immense, so she just knows a lot about herself. And probably Pocahontas, because she has this understanding more that's like spiritual and connected to the earth and stuff, so that's a very, very large understanding, I guess, of interconnectedness in the universe. Name a scene / moment in any Disney movie that never fails to make you cry. Well, I'm going to name more than one. First of all, the beginning of Up. I just saw Frozen, so the beginning and the ending of Frozen. The ending of Toy Story 3. Part in Oliver and Company, I think, too. The ending of Tangled made me tear up a little bit, too. I can't remember if there's a certain part in Bug's Life somewhere. There might be. WALL-E, I think, a little bit at the end. Scenes in Dinosaur 2 that really get to you, where you have specific people being eaten by a carnosaur, which is never a good thing. The part where Weebo gets destroyed in Flubber. Dang, that hurts. So many feels. It's so hard. There's so many movies, like Lion King, and yeah. It's hard for me to remember everything that happens because it's on such a constant stream in my mind of the moments. Basically, the music I have is an indication of the ones that were most important to me and the ones that I remember. What's the first Disney movie that I remember seeing? The oldest ones I can remember are Pinocchio, Lady and the Tramp. The Sleeping Beauty was a really, really big one that I watched when we were little. Balto came out in 1995. James and the Giant Peach in 1996. Bug's Life, 1998. Oliver and Company was really early. That came out in 1988, so that was already out when I was born. Rescuers Down Under, my brother remembers that really well, but I don't remember it too well. Hercules was 1997. Peter Pan was 1953. We watched Peter Pan a lot. Pocahontas, 1995. I remember a lot of the music from Pocahontas. Hercules came out in 1997. Brother and I love Hercules, even though it's mythologically completely incorrect. Well, not completely probably, but very not. 1970, The Aristocats was out, and I remember a lot of the music from that. Like Thomas O'Malley's song. I like the chee-chee rolling like the make it home, or a healthy fish with a big back home. I'm Abraham DeLacy. Aladdin came in 1992. Great soundtrack to Aladdin. Dinosaur came out in 2000. My favorite Disney movie. God, that's so hard. I'm just gonna like list my top 10. Frozen is up there. Frozen was really good. It's probably just because it's fresh in my mind though. Aladdin, Dinosaur, Hercules, James and the Giant Peach, Rescuers Down Under, Oliver and Company's up there, Sleeping Beauty, that's 7, Toy Story. I forgot about The Nightmare Before Christmas too. Oh, that's a good movie too. Oh, that's up there too. That's 9. Incredibles is really funny. Oh, Balto. Oh man. The interpretations and choices say more about the person than the choices do themselves. So those are my movies. I'm not gonna pick one. I'm sorry. I can't. That's it for me about Disney. Give yourself a monthly dose of Disney, or a weekly dose of Disney if you can. There's some really, really cool lessons in all of the stories. If you can find the connections between the stories about the life lessons, then you can really get down to the fundamental life truths of Disney that they try to hammer into your skull with every heart-wrenching movie that comes out that makes you all happy and sad and all the feels at the same time. Project 14, day 12. It's really late. I'm probably not going to get this up in time, but who cares? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.